There's another European point guard prospect he's even bigger, but also has some shooting concerns here. It's BYU freshman Egor Demin, 6'8". Again, started the year shooting pretty well. He did not shoot well internationally prior to coming to college basketball. And then all the talk out of BYU training camp was, holy shit, this guy is making every three he takes in these workouts. We're so excited. Started the year off great, fell off a cliff for a while, finished better on the back end. They made a little bit of a tournament run. And now all you hear from anyone is that in every workout, this guy is just demolishing all the shooting drills. So it's one of those things where I think if you buy the shooting, you can justify like a crazy high grade on a guy like this. And if you don't, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's truly the swing skill for a 6'8" point guard, essentially. Like, you have to be able to shoot it if you're not quick enough to get by guys, basically.
Yeah. I mean, great size for a guard. And so if he can't make it as a guard, maybe you can make it as a forward.
Yeah. And he says he's willing, some guys are like, I'm a point guard, that's what I am. He's like, I don't care. Just play me. Yeah. Truly, Kevin, I think he's probably the best passer in the draft. Like, he just does crazy shit that you're like, oh, okay, he tried that. Oh, it worked. Oh, okay, cool. I like that.
Yeah, I'm just skimming through my list here, and he's one of the top guys. It looks like Nolan Traore has averaged more assists, per 40, and that looks like the only one. So he's right there at the top. And I really also like his rebounding. He does go get after it for a guard. Makes sense considering his size. A lot of turnovers, 4.3 per 40, but he's still at almost a 2-to-1 assist turnover ratio, 1.9 to 1 to be exact. And that's fine. He's playmaker. The thing I would be worried about is the shooting, like you said. And he did make twos, not at a ridiculously high level, but a pretty solid level for a guard. And but his shooting from three was 27% on threes, and he took a lot of them.
Yeah.
So that is a concern. But I have him lower, down towards the
like late first, kind of.
Yeah, late. Well, like late first into maybe even into the early second round.
Wow. Okay.
But I've 25th overall, so technically he'd probably be a first round pick, even though I make the cutoff. I have a score in Yoda, and the cutoff is at a certain point. In most years, I don't get 30 first round grades, and part of that is just because with the way the draft goes, teams are always picking players that are lower rated, so it ends up being that I populate the first round pretty well anyway.
Makes sense.
And then also by keeping a consistent score, it gives me a way of measuring the relative
year to year kind of stuff.
Yeah. So last year's draft, I think I only had 18 first round grades, which was the lowest since I started doing this. And this year it's back up to the norm, 24, 25, something like that.
This is one of the few things I agree with John Hollinger on, because I've made him my avatar of all things that I don't like on NBA Twitter. But he says there's about 20 guys every year that he thinks worth taking an individual draft. And I usually subscribe to somewhere in that general ballpark, give or take.